Why is it on me?
But it must not. You want me to plug the hours in?
Yes, please, because it's looking, I don't want to be on there the whole time. Why is it on me?
I can use it.
We all set.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, we need to order. We pledge allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
are there any or are there nothing? We just see an executive session regarding personnel at the end of the agenda. Prior to adjournment brackets, excuse me. No. And we got another. Accounts payable warrant at number 96. And under old business, I'd like to just touch on the sewer rates, budget, sewer department in general. That's how we distracted. Working on new rates. Just put sewer rates. That's what I was thinking. Thank you. And then I guess also under old business will be River Road. As the. Nothing else? Yep.
I think I'll do my own meeting report.
Okay. Approval of the minutes. It's motion to approve this one.
We can't.
We cannot. Oh, we can't, right? Oh, no, no, no. Yeah.
We'll have to wait till next meeting to.
Yeah. Hopefully those minutes. Old business, job descriptions. I will be the first to admit I did not read these this afternoon. Working on the warrant. Did anybody have an opportunity to read them, or should we move this to the next meeting?
I went through.
Yeah.
All I know. Okay. Don't mention the new one.
You know, it's fine. Let's do that.
What are we doing?
We're moving job description to the next meeting, please.
Table, yeah.
I'm taking my train.
Hey, Brian.
Yeah. Okay, great. Town report.
Is the owl? No, I'm talking. Oh, yeah.
Just raise them all, that's what I mean.
Yeah, it should.
Thank you.
Everything working okay on our technology front?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Far as I know.
town report, old business. There was some discussion about booklet printing versus full-size printing and spiral bound versus not spiral bound. I think I first want to at least commend the office staff on putting together a pretty neat sexy report.
Thank you.
So, maybe sexy is not the best choice of words, but it looks good in booklet form. I think as I looked through it, I printed it in color in my office, and I think a lot of the things are really sharp, and really, it can tell you guys put a lot of effort into it. Is the things that are standing out to me in the booklet form are the full-size letters that have been shrunk, so I find them difficult to read.
There should only be two, I think. That we had to end up cutting and pasting, that was yours and the sheriff's,
Yeah.
and that wasn't a clear copy anyways, but.
There were a couple other little things like text font being changing from page to page. But I guess all told, I think I would prefer, and I'm open to discussion, I'd prefer to see it on full-size sheets. I think it's a little bit easier to read. And I'm thinking ahead to trying to get the warrant into the back. And whether or not we'd have to have different formats for the warrant, or if it'd be too small to read when it was in the town report at booklet size. And I don't know if that's been explored yet.
Not really, but we can break it up so it will fit. I don't know how I want to explain it, so it is proportional to each page. I still prefer it bigger.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
when you start, the warrant's formatted in full size, so when you start formatting it in half size.
Right, I get it.
Okay, I'm trying to avoid introducing possibly new typos or errors that we've all worked in electronic files before.
Yes.
So I think personally, I would prefer it in full size.
Absolutely. Have you taken a look at how I've reformatted it in full size? I just want you to look at it and make sure, because realistically, all we could do is blow it up. But if,
So the year that we had to print twice, it went from spiral bound to being saddle bound. You didn't make any changes to do those, correct?
I believe it was always saddle bound. But I'm not 100%, that was yes, I know what you're talking about, but.
No, the first one was spiral, because we've done spiral for a number of years now.
So this is all in, you guys are doing it in Publisher, is that right?
Yes.
So you should be able to change the text, the block sizes from, if you change your page sizes from the booklet page size to the 8.5 by 11, then you should be able to change the block sizes to fit.
I
And then-
ended up redoing the whole thing in Publisher. Taking one from one.
Yeah, you don't have to. You can just change the page settings and stuff to change the format over. But then in the process of doing, when you're taking it from one to the other, you can set it so the text size and everything's all the same, so it's not.
They
Got
could
blown up
be
with
really,
that.
really close to all the same.
I guess I'm particular about these things.
Yeah.
And I can tell they're not the same. And I'll be the first one to be annoyed when somebody talks to me about typos, Kathy, so I'm not picking on you. Please don't take it that way.
Did you find a typo?
No, not yet. But for some of us, our brain works in the size of the text. Some people see typos like that, so I think it's
I did find
standing out
typo.
to me.
Where did you find a couple? I went back and looked.
Health officers report, there's words that are split between lines.
Oh, yes, I was trying to catch those while I was trying to do that today.
He will text them.
Yeah, sorry, that's something that, it just drives me nuts.
No, I thought. No.
We need to do a little bit of formatting on the sewer page.
The way Josh sent that to me, I would actually want to rewrite that. Like I said, I spent a good part of today just trying to get it to 8.5 by 11 for you guys.
I appreciate that. You
The way
said
he
this
sent
wasn't
it was.
Mhm.
Kitty corner, so. I'm not sure how Aaron got it in there in the first place, but yeah. I don't know, I mean,
We have different text in the back,
Just
for
call it.
the pages with town office and then planning board. There's 3 different texts. Either font or sizes on that, on those 2 pages.
Need to ask about how it's being done. Okay.
We could have page numbers on the bottom, that'd be great too.
Yeah, I think so.
Cause we did on the other version, that's why I said that.
Trying to get this, but.
Yeah, no, from town office on one side and then planning board on the other.
Where are you, Brian? Don't tell me a page.
A note from town office on the left side
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
Canton planning board on the right side.
Oh,
Same font, different size.
Different font,
Okay.
sure looks it.
something's.
Yeah, I
different.
think,
If it's not, well, the spacing is different. The line spacing is different,
Oh, yeah, that's why.
Yes,
Yeah.
so it looks off. And to me, that would be something that you'd want all the same, the font size, the font type, this line spacing, anything
and
that's
totally
text.
understand that we just edited this, but things like the Board of Selectmen, Robin's on one line, and Clintock is on the next. So what I suggest, for the sake of not picking this apart for the next hour, is can we maybe look at this over email electronically?
So we need to get it out to copies, et cetera, next week. That is our deadline. We have to have it before the town meeting, so many days before the election.
Which day do we have to get it to copy 64?
I'd say like Tuesday, honestly,
Okay,
because that would give them 2 days to print, pick it up on Friday, so we can have it for. Nope.
they often get it done in the same day.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'd still like to try for Tuesday,
okay.
just in case we run into anything.
So today's Thursday. Are you working tomorrow? Sorry, I didn't seem very excited about that, but I'm wondering if you can try to get us an electronic copy tomorrow, where you think you fixed all of the font sizes, and recognizing you were just doing this, but fixing the font sizes and the line spacing, and we can go through it word by word rather than doing it here. I think that would be more effective.
Do you want it, just going forward, like I sent the email, Spiral Bound is starting at $2 just for the
Starting at
binding.
150. The
Email it.
75 copies, I call them. 75 copies, with 25 to 30 pages is $1.50 each.
He told me today, $2. So, and because we're gonna order 180 copies,
Why are we getting so many?
we've always ordered 100.
And we have boxes that we
I
throw
wouldn't
away.
order that many up front.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would start at 75 or 100, and if we have
Yeah.
to order 25 more, we can. Just
Yeah.
because the last couple of years, we've had a
think we're
ton
on
left
the-
over. I mean, we got one year that we've got almost half, 3/4 of a box.
it would be 175. I'm at 75. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Well, that's, when you said that, I thought, no way, that's way more than,
yeah,
Actually, we're gonna order 80 because we have 5 that we have to send to different departments in the state.
yeah, 80's fine, I'm 180, no
But yeah,
way.
that's what they told me today was $2 per spiral bound, but that's fine. Yeah, I'll take a look at it again tomorrow. I apologize for the last meeting where it was upside down and backwards.
and sideways and every other way. So,
That was, yes, that was on me.
But
Yeah,
I think if you could try to get us an electronic copy tomorrow, and I'm looking to you guys to see if you could maybe look at it. I'll try to look at it
Mhm.
by Monday
I can look at it over
evening.
the weekend,
Okay. Um.
supposed to rain all weekend, so. Just saying.
And I guess that's just an invitation, if you're having problems formatting something, please feel free to reach out. We
Okay,
can
yeah.
try to help.
Like I said, it was this afternoon thing to get it finished, so I will take a peek at it tomorrow and get it out to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Question that I shot out in the email, and Andrea, maybe you can help with this one. The audit stuff that, Ron, that they gave us was from 24.
Yeah.
I know that's the one they have complete, but in the past, it's always been, even if it's a draft, it's always the year, the FY before what we're in. So like this should, instead of being FY 24 audit info in here, it should be 25, even if it's only draft.
Yes, that is actually the only thing that they have provided me and that I actually had to push to even get that 24 audit. I will reach out when I'm working tomorrow to see if they have a short version is what they usually call
Yeah.
it for the 25, even if it
Hmm.
is in draft form.
I say, even if they can provide us a letter instead, like they did last year, Ron wrote a letter and just basically, well, it's in the report for last year, but basically it just says, you know. We're in the process of auditing FY, whichever year it is, due to time constraints, et cetera. We haven't got it done yet. When it's finished, a completed copy will be available in the town office.
That's all we put in this year.
Right, that's what I mean. So that can be done, just because I think from looking back through all the prior year reports that I had access to at home. I had from 18 forward, and it was always, if it was FY 18, the audit was 17. And so just to make sure we're staying with the correct year inside the book, that was one thing that I found.
I'll definitely follow forward.
Okay.
One more small thing, just before you edit everything up again. Can we align the decimal points rather than the dollar signs? I think you just have to write justified if it's table.
On the
On,
outstanding taxes,
on generally throughout.
right,
It's
Yeah.
easier, I think, to read when the decimal places are aligned.
okay.
The added on dollar sign.
You could
It's like
disagree.
read right to left, so everyone going.
But look, you can't tell the order of magnitude of the electors.
Well, you can do, this one's longer, so it's more.
Okay,
On that note, let's,
moving along, can we go to the next item? Okay,
and on that, we want the warrant's gonna be included in this
Yes.
when it gets printed. Okay. Yep.
People. When do we think the warrants available? Public consumption.
Soon as they're signed. So it'll be after tonight's meeting.
Tomorrow.
They're in draft right now, they'll be signed tonight.
I don't know if we can sign it tonight. I have a couple of things that need to be corrected first.
Right.
We'll see.
It can be edited and signed though. But it
Okay.
has to be signed tonight before we leave.
Okay,
So even if we have to sit
We
here
don't have
and
a
make
choice.
changes.
okay, just making sure we're on the same page, Brian.
Yep.
Didn't want to promise some things.
No, no, I'm just saying for a timeline of town meeting, it has to be signed tonight.
Okay.
So we're here until it's done.
Happy.
Sewer. Right, we've done job descriptions, town report, sewer. I added this to old business. I just,
Flushed with excitement about it.
Did he get his truck?
Nobody
well,
knows.
that's kind of where I was at. I think there's a few things that we have to keep on the agenda. And what I'd like to do, and the only reason I added it tonight was to say, I think we need to keep it on the agenda, or put it on the agenda for our next meeting. I think we need to talk about rate increases, the ordinance, possibly scheduling a workshop to get the new rate schedule moving forward and get an update from Josh about where he stands and invite him to our meeting.
Mhm.
And what are your thoughts on that subject?
Nope, that's.
My
Oh.
question would be, so the next meeting would be, if we hold it, would be the last meeting in June.
Mhm.
That one historically doesn't always happen. So I'm just throwing that out.
So he will be at our next meeting regardless of what.
I was just throwing it out there to think, start thinking about the calendar moving
Yeah.
forward was my point.
Yeah.
So. Not all of us will be running for reelection.
I'm out of town that week, that's why I said that, but.
Okay, so Kathy, can you add it to our next meeting? See if Josh can come, and just. Make it plain that we wanna talk about anything and everything in a general sense and make sure it stays moving forward.
Yep, absolutely.
Thank you.
And he did get the truck. It
Oh, we
has
did?
been picked up
Okay.
and it has been added to insurance.
At,
Oh, excellent.
at the bid price, the.
73.
Ooh,
Yeah.
nice.
Better than that.
Excellent. Good.
He
Thank
said
you.
it was a weird auction, nothing he's been to before. He was the only one there, they handed him his keys and said, sign here,
Yeah,
so.
So there wasn't stiff competition for this older vehicle.
Should have gone lower.
yeah, some of those they start, so it runs online too, so you're stuck.
Yeah,
Bidding
exactly.
against who knows who.
Mhm. Next item, River Road. The state has announced that we can announce that we've been awarded a grant for River Road. We're,
How nice of them.
Announcing.
Let us say.
We have been awarded a grant for River Road. Design services. Uh, we don't have all the paperwork finished, so we really can't do anything with it yet, but it's okay to say that we were selected. Going with the state wording. Moving on to new business, Canton Development Corp. I presume that's why you're all here?
Yeah, you guys, I sent a copy over a week ago. You should have a copy of the presentation of everything.
Yeah.
I have it on email.
I have it on email, I don't have
Yeah.
it here.
Do you want me to send them for you?
I have, I have it on a thumb drive, you can put it on the screen. Anybody-
Okay, because the attachment didn't come on mine, so.
Oh, I've got it.
Yeah, I
It
just-
it was slow loading, but it did show
No, it
up.
didn't even show. Oh, yeah, so. I have the world's
guess-
walkiest town email.
We can print, or what's your preference, Kathy?
I can go copy this off real fast for you.
I can just say, yeah, or I can just copy it while you.
Or. I'm okay with putting it on screen too.
And the other thing is to throw it on the screen, if there is anybody on the interweb watching, they get to see it too.
Sure, yeah, why don't we just throw it on the screen then? And are you okay with? Secondary device?
We don't normally put stuff in computers, so.
It's a thumb drive. It's essentially a thumb drive.
Oh,
Couldn't find a little one. I just had to grab the big one.
would it be okay if I
My
had a black
notes
and
are
white copy too,
policy
so that I don't have to? Write it myself?
Last time I did
You'll
it,
have to unplug the owl for a second. Yeah, plug it in. Other one.
Your default microphone has changed. Will you turn the? It's right behind your computer. Open folder.
On there.
2013, he started.
An awful lot of institutional wrongs. But that was.
yeah.
Manny's been busy.
Wow.
That's what I'm reading. I just see this. Stuff, yeah. Yeah. But don't fall out. About. I was a couple days late, I was like, oh. It's May. I just have to check dates, I'm like, oh my god, it's almost. Oh, yes.
Every single one is that I just learned first meeting in the year, please get you something for.
Yeah, we did that garage, so I was like,
Anyway, that's funny.
that's right, like, oh, this is old, you know, that's great. Thanks. That does, it's great. Yeah. We got really well built it. Yeah, yeah. And
So
really it, at least, you know, great. You gotta come see my dad.
Yeah.
I had to sit on that. I know they do one off. I had to. Yeah. You got it, yeah, it was beautiful. He's like, hey, you think about these Bradleys, and I'm like, oh, yeah. So I just kind of would, you're gonna have an apartment above, sure, eventually.
I mean, it makes us so much more.
Yeah, just, well, and. I know. I mean, they've done these things before, but things are just what we used to. When I go in the house, I call people, yo, Jamie, come do my damn thing, you know, dig some dirt. Okay. Yeah, I put a shed on a tree. It's development, right? I said, there's an X on the ground. Well, there. Oh, nice. It's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Get rid of that. I think I'll go like that.
Put it out now, you can get the building and we'll shifted it 4 inches up, it's a shed, but it shifted the whole thing off, it's from, it was on foundation, okay, to do this, she had it right off. Then I said, didn't say a word, I was like, what you want? When I got there, I was like, yeah, I was laughing, then the neighbor said, yeah, this, they were kind of straighten it out. You're saying, yeah, how far we go, yeah, I feel you to call you on that. Project with that.
I think they don't know you very well. Well, we had insulation in February, and it slows back up and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It said, how did I get where I trusted it was on it there?
13 pounds. I didn't mean anything this fancy, I just follow along with.
Yeah, you gotta go far. Put that on present.
Uh,
Yes, sir.
I was gonna share the screen for her too, so that the people on the outside can see it.
Brian, the owls of the bug, people will not be able to hear, correct?
Nope, they should still be able to hear it. I will make sure the audio is turned up. Yeah, you should be all set.
But it's like to start from the beginning mode. Great.
If it will let me click, I will definitely do that. There we go.
So we just wanted to introduce you a new nonprofit in town, Canton. And we sent it on the second page there, and it's really all about, over time, helping execute the comp plan. Right, about housing, supporting local business development, creating community spaces, improving the quality of life, attracting new families, helping also preserving their growth. Sense of place. We all know that we have shared the vision, that's part of the comp plan as well, but it's really just a vibrant, welcoming community, having residents of all ages, being sure that, we supporting like diverse housing, resilient local economy, strong sense of belonging, right, all those lovely catchword, but those are all the things that people have said at public meetings that we want to have as part of the comp plan, as part of where we want to go.
I think you're where you're going, or would you prefer to say questions for the end?
No, interrupt, you got it.
This vision and mission statement, are they for the Canton CDC, I guess, or from the draft plan?
They're from the Canton Development Board.
Okay, so this is the CDC mission.
Yes, it should be very similar.
So we want to be very clear though, Canton Development Corporation is a separate entity, it's not affiliated with the city, or we're just trying to be cohesive in have a mission that's similar to it. If, you know, the town people could really love to see.
Okay. Sorry, George.
Nope, you're good. So the themes that are there are just starting themes, ideas they could move around as things grow and develop. But it puts a stake in the ground, it kind of says who we are and what we're here for and why we want to help. When I said this to my husband, he's like, oh, is this the government? We're here to help. Like, it's not, no, that is not exactly what this is. But we felt like this was a great time for it because of all the dynamic changes that are taking place right now. Right, there's sustainability, issues, we're centrally located for regional communities, we've had significant population growth in the last 10 years. The comp plan is coming as a catalyst for managed change going forward. We know there's needs for affordable housing, retail spaces, community gathering places, natural resource preservation, so all the things that are in that list. And the need for new revenue sources to offset rising costs, right? So these are all things that have been talked about over time at all kinds of meetings and all kinds of situations, so we are consistent with where we believe the town wants to go as a group. If you're not familiar with the development court, what they are, it's flexible, it is a nonprofit, it's a private public partner. Really dedicated to economic health, grant acquisition, community development. Okay, so it's here to be a counterpoint to things that where the town can't apply because they're a municipality, where people that are for-profit organizations can't apply for different kinds of funds, and nonprofit can do that. It is not a governing body, it has no authority, no zoning authority, taxing power, any control over town laws. It's there really as a nonprofit, just to be a facilitator and a helper. You guys feel free to come in at any time. Maine has a long history of development corps. The first one came around in 1933, so they've been doing them for quite a long time, almost 100 years at this point. And there's a number of different development corps that are all listed there for different municipalities and regions across the state. You're welcome to go take a look at any of their websites and see what they're doing. They're all doing different things. They're similar. They kind of all really have the same underpinning, but very specific projects that are for that particular locality. Three of the different, there's a lot of things that a development firm should do. Some of them are grant agility. Right, so a lot of these that are explicitly restricted to nonprofits, here's a way to get those funds into town and put to work on different types of projects. The corporation can buy whole an option to sell properties if needed, right? So there's a reason that, well, they can do it where other people can't always have that flexibility. So, and it's dedicated as a liaison, right? So it's here, we believe it's gonna be here to stay for a long time. Someone asked me a year or so ago, how long are you gonna be in town? Probably to like that, and so we're here for quite a while as a group. And everybody who's on the board has either a current resident, has property in town, or has been a decent resident.
Now there's board members.
Yeah. So we believe this is a great way for collaboration and transparency, help pick up things that there isn't time for, or facility, or skills for. So it's bringing different skill set to the table. There's no fiscal or financial responsibility that specifically asking town to invest in the Canton development work. As projects come up and as things move around, there may be a project where there might be joint financial investments. Yeah, collaboration and transparency. We got nothing in order.
It's so there, so I'll look. Can I repeat this up?
Yeah, you may.
Is you want to go on?
That one gets skipped. And
Yeah.
Deb, you're happier. Yeah. So one of the projects, that we've talked about, that you guys have brought up many times, that something that you'd like to get done in town that Canton Development Corp can help with, is the school demolition.
Do you mind doing slide 6 again? I was trying to find it in verbiage.
Yeah, can you back up? Yep. Please with me. So one of the ways that a lot of municipalities and regions work together with the development corp is all about collaboration and transparency. Okay, so the corporation operates independently, it is a separate 501c3, has its own, corporate EIN numbers, right? They're not like a leech unto the town, right? They're a separate organization. We're not asking the town to shoulder any financial investment in the CDC specifically. However, there may be individual projects that come up for which there is a partnership investment. And those would all have to be voted on and decided as a town. Things that you want to do. Our plan, the goal of the development part of the projects that move forward would align with the comp plan and the goals of the select board and the planning board. They said we're all one town. This isn't like an outsider coming in, it's people here helping enable things to happen. We certainly would commit to regular communication. It's not like anybody's operating in a vacuum, nobody's operating in secrecy, everything is above. You got this in your emails too.
I just, yeah. After so many years, we've heard these different projects, that's very much used to seeing in documents.
Yep.
listening at the same time.
Yep, absolutely. Thank you. So this has been kind of bandied about for several years, but when the school project hit a snafu, it kind of said, oh, now might be a really good time to do this because there's a means to help advance the school project. So we have met with APCOG, probably because we already know APCOG, we work with them on other projects, but specifically got clear direction on what can and can't be done on the school. So as a development court, we can advance the brownfield piece of the work which has to be done. The 501 can be what to take possession of a building at some point down the road. It's got to be completely separate from the town. The town can take, or the development corp can take possession of that building after the brownfield is done. And update it. Because then the liability will have been known. And then we're allowed to take possession of it and apply for your own grants for mitigation. And we've determined that we are highly eligible, which I think was the issue with the water district. They weren't eligible under all the fundings for this.
They didn't have any input passenger. But they could do it.
Well, they didn't have, I think the idea that they didn't have clear potential reuse for it that aligned with their particular mission. That's what we were told. From APCOG as to why it didn't pass the sniff test. So this is something that we could hop on right away. In fact, the application for updating the brownfield, the development corp can do that application on behalf of the town. And so that's actually done and ready to go. It hasn't been submitted yet. So it could happen. Is that correct?
It's.
All right.
I think my biggest concern with that project is at some point. That land being transferred, that land and lot being transferred back to the town. For town ownership, and making sure that that's all in writing at the time. Because that's something that when we worked with that, the first time. When Kristen started working on it. Was, and I can't remember the guy's name that we talked to, but there's a couple different guys we had a Zoom meeting with. And one of them said, after the cleanup work and everything is done, the lots, put it in the new state or whatever you want it to be in, whether it's a park or whatever. Then at that point, then the land can be transferred back to the town at that point. Because my concern is that not being. A property owned by the town or run by the town is in terms of the rec field. With the rec department having no parking other than that parking lot in the area. That's a problem and something that we need to keep as part of the town with the rec department. Also, there's a group of people working on plans for a new ball field on that adjacent property. So that's something that.
Yep.
I know we're coming down the road as well.
Yeah, what APCOG and TRC, is that their name?
Yes.
Yep, the TRC people, the ground people, the environmental people, right, what they said was that's absolutely great. The development court, all they have to say, the official documents that go to them. Is that based on the mission and vision of the development court, it will be repurposed for the benefit of the town, that's all it has to say. Separately, the development court can have an agreement with the town, I believe, the transfer that.
Okay.
Did they give you, something we never really got a clear answer on an overall time frame from start to finish of cleanup, to repurpose and move forward?
Well, it depends on, there's that
Very-
timeline coming up, that's why we wanted to move on the brownfield piece, there is certain funds available this year that go away. So that's why.
It's an annual application in the fall.
Mhm.
They don't actually tell you when in the fall, but kind of in the fall. So you have to, so we have to submit an application to APCOG, get the phase one updated.
Mhm.
And get that done before the application date in the
Right.
fall.
Yeah.
So,
But for the initial application, you're saying it does not have to be. It doesn't have to change hands before that.
right, you know,
The reason I'm asking is because you guys may already within this, but as a board, we don't have the power to transfer that over. That's something that will have to go to a town vote.
yes.
Any
So,
town owned property would have to be turned over by a majority board of the town. So that's something we would have to put out, you need a whole special town meeting for and or hold a referendum ballot.
yes, and that's gonna take some coordination.
Yeah.
Because you we have to apply for the phase one to be updated currently. And then within 6 months, we have to transfer the property over. So, because the phase one cannot be more than 6 months old when you transfer the property.
So that's something if we could put on the November ballot.
That's what I was trying to figure out time frame in my head, if that would be. Because it's 6 months and it's fall, if we couldn't do, you probably couldn't make it run for next June, we had to do it before that,
Right.
Mhm.
so. Yeah, we either have to be on a November referendum, or you have to do it. Then special town meeting. You're gonna have a majority, you have more people
Exactly.
voting on it if you did it at a referendum versus especially.
Yeah.
Special meetings, you're lucky to get 30 people.
And-
No,
Well, unless it's, snowmobile club, then you get 50 people. I think we're gonna have, probably have to have a comprehensive plan, stuff for meeting in the fall, sometime anyway, so. Be fine. Um,
because this is just my personal side of this one. Because of all the issues with that property in the past with the town and taking it, and then a couple different votes that were held on it, I would feel better if it was a referendum vote. Just so it had more input than a special town meeting vote of a limited number of people. Just because of the times that it was passed back and forth from town letter. And the vote on tearing it down, not tearing it down. I'm just saying something that.
I mean, that doesn't affect.
It wouldn't affect their pay.
That is the so we do anyways,
Right,
so.
yeah, I was just throwing it out there,
Yeah.
so. The board had it, and the office had it in their mind of something coming up, the plan on down the road.
Can I ask a question, Brian? If you put it on this warrant, where that is effective for next year, next fiscal year, would that cover?
I wouldn't do it in a month, in less than a month. There isn't
Okay.
enough time to have, and this is, I'm
Right,
getting
right.
wrong, maybe you guys have a lot more information than. I think we're at this point, but I don't think it's time to do that yet.
Okay,
I think it's too quick of a turnaround to put that out there for
well, it's 2 weeks.
2 weeks
Yeah.
from now.
What do you need for information? Put that on.
But my personal thought is that it would be a.
There needs to be a public hearing for it, there needs to be, it can't,
I
to
think,
me,
yeah,
this is something
I
that
think
you
you might
can't
need
just
to
say.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, hey, we recommend this, I think it's something that you need to tell people, hey, this is the long-term plan of
Yeah.
this. We're turning it over
yeah,
to
the mechanics.
tear it down to,
Yeah, it's a step 3,
yeah,
a 6-step plan.
Yeah.
And it's-
Right.
I personally am comfortable putting it on the November ballot when we have the November election, because we'll have.
like I say,
Turnout.
you're gonna have a large turnout in November this year anyway.
Yeah, we'll know, we'll know after the brownfield is updated, I guess, whether for the application in the fall, do you already have to have ownership, or you just show that it's coming, or that it's coming after a vote.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll look at the timing of that fall application, and then.
I'll go back and look at what they said, if I'm phase one.
No,
No,
Oh,
no, phase one's gotta be done before you get,
Yeah,
before you apply for fall funding, but I think before you apply for fall funding, you have to. Oh, okay. Yeah. A long way around there. So that's kind of the kickoff project, we think of development work we really. And just leave it, and the left that page are the current 5 board members, I think legally you can have a few more. So we are officially a 501c3. Recognized by the state, recognized by the press, so we're good to go. And you must be Ian.
yes.
So Dan has been a long time standing resident of Canton. I was property in Lakeshore Drive, but you were talking and he's like, just come across the lake and go to Taylor's and I was a kid. So we have that. Maybe. And Canton comes with municipal planning experience, with the renowned state, well known. Yeah.
well, I think we should get a little bit more information on who we are, because I think part of the problems that you've had in the past is that you did not have a team that did this for a living. Right, so I think you all know Diane's skill set, but, and I know some of you know me, but I don't think you know what I do. So I currently work for Bangor Housing and I develop affordable housing projects through low income housing tax credits. So grant funding, working with architects and engineers and building buildings is really what I do every day. So, I think, that adds a lot to what we're doing. Don Hutchins and his son, Don, have building experience. I think they bring in the construction portion of our team. And Dan Miller,
I'm an architect. I've been practicing architecture since 1993 and managed some of the largest firms in the state of Maine before I broke off and created my own company in 2014. We do projects from the main office is based in Bangor. We do projects in Caribou, Maine, Fort Kent, all the way to Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and we're going into Vermont. So we zigzag the state constantly. I do have a family camp that I inherited. That was purchased in 1973. I know that because my handprints are in the concrete. And but I've always been part of this town. It's kind of just seen a lot of changes in the town as growing up through here. But my firm does all commercial architecture. We do some we do a lot of low income housing, nursing homes, all types of facilities, but we do all of Bangor Savings Bank's work. Some of the work locally that we just did was the Hillsborough Credit Union in jail. We just renovated that. Yep. But we pretty much do work.
so I think we have a strong team and a strong mission. You just want to see things happen for Cam. I know I have children who grew up here and cannot live here because there's no place to live. So as time goes on, we'll be looking to, maybe do some housing, maybe bring some business to this town. And we're just really hoping that, we can collaboratively make that happen.
Thank you for the information. When were you guys born? In the past 30 days. Yeah, just curious.
We've been talking about this for quite some time. It just took some momentum to get us going.
Good job.
But after talking to AvCog, it looks like there's a fair chance that we could get brownfield funding for the whole demolition of that project. But you don't know until you get through the whole process, so we'll assess them.
So-
That's kind of thought in circles.
Yeah.
So one of the questions or things that came up, both when the water district looked at it and then also when the town looked at it before, was, and kind of mentioned it, was the whole, you think you can get most of the funding and maybe all of it, but there's a chance that you won't get all of it. So you guys have something in mind in terms of how you would come up with the other side of the coin? If you get, say, I don't know, 2/3 of it from the brownfield cleanup stuff, how would you come up with the other third?
We're looking for other grant funding sources. Through grants.gov and other resources that we are in connection with.
The building has deteriorated more than it was the last time we did the site.
Oh, I agree.
I mean, the water leak is in the back.
I put my drone over it both last summer and this spring.
I'd love to see
So,
pictures.
Yeah.
Because TRC was very excited when I said, I'm pretty sure there's water leakage. They were very happy when I said, pretty sure there's water leakage and water damage in the back. And it's not safe to walk up and down the stairs.
I've never been in the building, but I can tell you the outside doesn't look good.
They were like, hey, they were happy.
So the trigger really is for them.
Just be quiet. That's such a rude people.
I guess this is a lovely introduction. What are you looking for from us to be blunt and cut to the chase? Because Brian tells me we have a lot of activity to do tonight.
To really participate in this whole school project as much as possible. So I know Kathy's already shared some background documents. Thank you very much for doing that. Brian, I think you sent a couple over.
And I think I have stuff from back when Chris did it the first time.
So I think that gave us, shared the stuff that they had as well. So I don't know that we need anything else at this point, but as stuff comes up, we may need some more information. Like if you have drone pictures in the back of the building, that'd be great.
And,
And I can do it again, I mean, that's
yeah,
not a big deal.
and we really need your support to submit an application to AppCog to have the phase one updated.
So we might need a letter of support too, as that application comes together, I don't know if we. That's really all we're looking for at this point.
In feedback, would you like to see the application before we submit it?
I think if it's going in on behalf of the town, I would say yes, or in collaboration with the town, I would say definitely.
Can I get your email addresses?
Does mine been changed yet?
To Ferris?
Yeah.
No.
That's what we talking about this. I got something that had that on it and I was like, oh, they changed it.
I don't know if you have to reach out to them and request that as, because like passwords and stuff you would have to reach out to?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if they can redo it. I can check into it for you tomorrow.
But I know Diane had all over town in our office, so that would.
And I'll leave your all, you know, this should be on the website as well.
Okay.
First initial, last name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me.
ME.com.
I changed it.
ME.com.
So nothing tonight then?
No.
Again.
No, just really, this is to make you aware that the organization exists. This is a project that we'd like to undertake. We've already kind of done some inquiries and we think this is a feasible project to help out the town. So it's really just a first step toward future collaboration.
Any other questions? Anybody else?
No.
Anybody else?
We have, I don't know, answer my question, but, I think all of your emails were on the email that you would send us initially, Diane.
Yep.
So we have a little bit of this. Perfect. Thank you.
I guess as I said, I think we're gonna move to the next agenda.
Uh,
Okay.
Brian, how did you get to where we were?
Red button, stop share.
And then just unplug?
You're gonna want to close the PowerPoint before you.
Or have a PowerPoint open?
I'm
sorry.
I'm sorry. It's not that great, not being up the foreign muscle. Of course it is.
Thank you.
It goes up to the one.
That sounds great. You need to get done.
Yeah, I wish it was. Thank you.
Are we all ready to go again, Karen? I think so. Okay, I didn't want to move on to the next agenda item without you being ready. Trying to be patient. Next agenda item is warrant preview or review. As I was going through it, I came up with a number of. Well. And. Again, formatting stuff that I wanted to bring up. And I think, Brian, you said you had some, or Carol, did you? I didn't say anything. Okay.
I just
Shocker.
want us to go through and double check numbers and stuff, that's all.
Okay.
And make sure that we're still good with our selecting recommendations on the different departments.
I didn't bring my stuff.
Oh, yeah, I didn't come prepared to the meeting.
Not going in order, articles 1 through 13. Any comments, questions, edits? No. Okay. From 14 to the end, I'm noticing a bunch of different fonts and text sizes. So I think, again, just fonts and text sizes need to be addressed.
Those are all the same fonts. Where are you looking? Where did you see that? I was gonna say, let's see.
Article 15, last line ends in bold text. Article 14,
Yeah.
last line ends in bold text, different font, different size. Article 16.
Like for the rec department, 15,000, bottom number is one size, then you go to the next size up, then you go down again and then down even
Yeah.
further.
All the way across?
No,
Look at
25, 26 expended through is larger than the other 3 columns.
And it's
different
yeah.
font too.
different font.
So I think I would suggest just globally editing all of the tables with the same fonts.
Because
This is different than this. See how this is a lot bigger? than this one?
No, to be honest, no.
I was saying to you earlier, some people notice typos, some people notice fonts.
Fire department's the same way.
Yeah, there's a number of places where they're different.
There seems to be just that one column that is.
Yeah,
It was
different.
probably cut and pasted that way.
They're different.
Okay.
Yep.
So besides that global edit. I'd like personally to have a better understanding of some of these numbers. And I can jump around if you want me to keep going. What I'm thinking is in the recreational committee, are the approved numbers, and the expended numbers correct?
The expended numbers came right from Trio as effective as of 5/20.
Okay,
So can we talk about that? Because I was gonna talk to Andrea about this anyways. So there's about $4,000 to $5,000 there that is coming out of that bank, out of our bank account, not our savings account, not the budget. How do we get that out of Department 2 and into something else? Because by the time it's all said and done, that would be between $10,000 and $12,000. That it will make this 0.2 over budget, when really it's not.
So realistically, the side that's separate, we should set up as a special revenue account.
Okay,
And then, we could just journal it out from your regular operating budget to the special revenue account.
okay.
So I can work on that tomorrow.
If you could, yes, and I'll go through and give you the exact dollar
Numbers and
figures and numbers and we can, yeah. Yeah, like I say, there'll be quite a bit of money that should be coming out of that and not
The
out
operating.
of 0 to operating, yeah.
And then something to consider too, of course, is where you guys bring in some revenue, is that coming through the town? Or does that go to your savings
It
account?
goes to that savings account.
Okay. so
Yeah, because it
that-
all comes in electronically through Square or through the online registration for when the parents register the kids. It all goes to that one account.
Okay. so
And then
yeah,
we use
should-
that to buy the uniforms or things like that are part of the registration.
Yeah, so we should definitely set it up that way through the special revenue.
Okay. And then that special revenue will roll each year like it has for a couple of our other accounts like, not bicentennial.
Like
events.
reserve accounts, basically.
Right, yeah, basically, yeah,
Exactly.
the Parks and Trails one and stuff like that. Okay. Yep, yeah, so we'll have to change those expended numbers.
another global comment is some columns are centered. The numbers, the values are centered. Some columns are right justified. Can we make them all right justified with the headings centered? Kind of changes from table to table.
And I thought I was bad with my hyphenated words.
Article 17. Those numbers seem wrong to me, the bottom line numbers. Are they correct? Are we missing something?
He has not done any payrolls.
Yeah, his always looks wrong on the expended.
Okay.
He waits until June 1st to start really
Okay,
spending
yeah.
money.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah,
These are
I
just
was
things
actually
that
gonna make a recommendation about that to pay out monthly versus doing it annually like that. Because due to labor laws and stuff, after a certain amount of days that they work, they should be compensated for working. So that was gonna be a recommendation I made.
can you write a letter
So the-
saying such?
I said the issue is gonna be the way that they do their pay, that's not gonna work. So they would have to redo how they divide their pay and stuff, because Jason uses a point system depending on how many
Yeah.
calls each person goes to. So if you wait,
Yeah.
the way he does it now, he waits till the end of the year when they
Yeah.
have their call stuff figured out. And then he can divide it up that
Yeah.
way and have the pay done. Versus doing it monthly and stuff, that wouldn't really. Cause if I went to a whole bunch of calls the first month or 2 months and then I didn't show up the rest of the year,
Hmm.
it's gonna be hard to figure out. But
So you guys don't pay them like an hourly wage?
No.
You give them
No.
something for the amount of calls or anything like that?
no, there's the only ones that get a set amount would be the officers. And then the regular firemen, they just get, it's on a point system.
Okay. I'll definitely check into that then, for you guys. I've definitely seen it's usually, paid out as minimum wage unless they're a higher class officer. And then it's based off of usually the monthly amount of calls that they attend and the hours worked. So just food for thought.
Even for volunteer departments? Okay. Um. I am on Article 22, Kathy, the last line. Dollar signs and whatnot. Last couple lines, dollar signs seem
Yeah.
screwed up.
They're
And I think
exploded.
it happens mostly in this one, but at the same time, that was it on that one, I'm sorry. The Article 23 and 24, the left-hand border gets cut off right now, the way it's printing. I'm sorry, the right-hand border gets cut off.
Do you have the old reports, Kathy?
Let me go grab some.
I just wanna look at something,
Mine is not.
just to compare.
Oh, mine did. Well, yes, just keep in mind in case we need to fix
Okay,
it when you actually print, maybe do a test print and make sure
Yep.
that it shows.
Well, I just literally just printed this one,
Okay,
so,
so I did
I'll double
on that copy you sent me earlier today.
yeah, I'll double check that.
Well, this border just isn't something.
Hold on, right?
I'm just looking to see. When we changed it, it's either last year or the year before, if the selectmen and the budget committee agreed, there was a note under it, selectmen and budget committee recommend X amount. But I was just gonna look at the last couple of reports to see how it was done. Cause that was easier than making people
The double call.
look at two different columns, but I was just gonna compare to a prior one to double check. And
I didn't
I,
remember that.
No, we didn't last year.
okay, that's fine. Just easy way to.
You ready for the next one, Kathy?
I don't know, I like it. Okay, where are we?
Article 26. In the expended through column, bottom line, the number doesn't have a comma. I didn't check all the numbers to make sure they were commas in the correct place, but if you
Okay,
could
yeah.
check globally and add one there. Article 28, there's some formatting dollar sign issues. And left edge issues.
That. Yep.
Article 30 through Article 41.
Yep.
I'm wondering if we can take off the last column. It's blank.
That's because we don't recommend anything.
I know, but do we want the last column or do we want to take it off?
I believe we left it on to, so we could fill it in.
The other option, it's either that or you put, well, you can't leave it blank if it's, you know.
What?
Or I can pick that bar, I'm still a couple pieces back.
Sorry, Brian.
I know we've all usually left it blank. And that says that the board and budget committee are leaving it to the town.
I would, if it was me, I would say 0.
I can put zeros in there.
I wouldn't leave it blank, I would put zeros.
Yeah, I was suggesting taking off the column. Altogether.
If I take off the column, it's gonna offset all of those.
Ah, that's an easy
Tables?
fix. It will not. You can just take off the outlines and leave the column
Yeah,
physically
Just
there.
get rid of the border.
Get rid of the text in the border. It'll just keep your formatting.
Get rid of the text in the border. That's not gonna take that last section right off and move it.
Only if you delete the
It'll hide it.
columns. You don't have to delete the columns.
Okay, I'll have to figure that one out. We take all of those out. I guess my question is gonna be. If you guys approve what we make for changes. Never mind, I was just, these all, if we're gonna try to get them all fixed tonight.
I don't feel comfortable signing until,
Right, that's
It's
what I'm
all done.
saying is these,
Yeah.
this is. But you can come in
I
at
was gonna say,
any
we've done
time.
that before, signed. As we come in.
Yes.
As long as it's done by X time.
Cause I can do the same thing, fix this and email it to everybody,
Yeah,
and then if. Monday. If people wanna come in and sign it, we'll be good,
Okay.
because we have to post it. What is Monday?
they have
I
to
don't know
sign
what
it.
today.
We have to post it by Tuesday,
Okay.
so.
I'd like to go back to Article 24.
Absolutely, right. Can I do three more?
No,
Just so I can get through to the end?
yes.
Thank you, I'm sorry. Otherwise I'll lose
You guys
track.
are just confusing.
Article 42, we only spent $1,000?
Yes,
Not two?
yes.
Okay, good, just making sure. Article 44. We have more expended than approved. How did that happen?
Shouldn't.
Is that
No.
correct?
Why does the sewer department reserve show that we expended $88,000?
What's the number you sent? Oh, here, I'm sorry.
That's the whole year's spending.
Yeah.
Because all that was authorized to come out of that reserve account was the truck.
And that hasn't come out.
Right, so there should be nothing coming out of that account. Maybe that's what was spent out of the entire sewer budget.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
where.
but
I
it wouldn't
pulled the number
be-
From,
okay.
was the sewer
Yeah.
So
department.
yeah, so that's,
It's a zip on.
Set you up for
Okay.
failure.
It's okay, we'll fix that.
that's better.
Okay, Article 46. The paren language at the end
Yep.
has font issues. Or size issues, or both.
The small, the total amount received.
Well,
B is
B
big
is
and then total
okay.
amount is small.
Yep. See if you
Okay,
can see it.
Yep,
please don't take this as being picky
No.
toward you, picking on you, it's picky towards us or me. Okay, Brian, your turn.
okay, let's go back and talk. We discussed at a prior meeting, back we did our budget to take code enforcement
Mhm,
and deputy clerk and combine.
mhm.
The warrant still has that separated.
What number?
So, Article 24,
I'm gonna tell you right
so I
now.
would like to see if we go with what we initially said at that meeting, that we wanted to combine that with the deputy clerk's position. We were removing all of those items out of that budget or that department, moving that all to the town office or general government department. I'm just asking if we're doing one version or the other,
Mhm.
because that was one that the budget that we decided on doesn't match up, so I'm just trying to figure out what we're doing. So I make sure we have the right numbers.
Combining it is not transparent.
Why?
Okay, so Aaron leaves. Andrea takes the position, she doesn't wanna be code enforcement.
Mhm.
You still have two positions.
Yeah, we know. We've already, we
I know.
discussed that
But the town isn't gonna see it that way.
if they are told
They,
that,
So one of the reasons why we want to combine it is because currently we have somebody in the town office doing the CEO job while he's getting paid an hourly rate to do another job.
I
So he's being
understand that.
paid for two different things at the same time. And he's doing work for both at the same time. He could do a building permit and then swap back over and start doing tax stuff or take other payments, do this and that. So, and this is just from the night we talked about it, it's more transparent to us as the board to tell the people this position by job description is doing all of these things, including the CEO and LPI duties. So that's why we've combined the budgets together.
and we realize it is individually specific in this particular case. And that going forward, we would probably have to separate them back out.
If we didn't have somebody that
Right, I
wanted to do
mean, that's
both.
why I said probably.
Right.
And I
Like I
get,
say, I'm,
personally, I still feel that way. I think leaving them separate and being paid twice to do, and again, I know that Aaron's working hard on both of these things, so it's not a reflection on him. I think it's more transparent to the rest of the world that we're recognizing that he's doing both of these things. And I think it keeps us all clear and above the board about what we're actually intending Aaron to be doing. In both of these roles. I think it also sets us up for even more streamlined personnel management as well. If there is in fact one person in both of those roles. So I'd like to see them combined. With the understanding that we may have to separate them in the future.
I'm gonna give you my honest opinion, I'm not comfortable with that. I know it's the board's decision, but I just I don't think it's right.
Why?
Everybody in town is concerned about transparency. You can tell the 40 people who sit here. I get that.
But how is it not transparent to
Right.
say when you're doing, because the code enforcement duties are
Overlap.
listed in the deputy clerk job description, the pay goes under deputy clerk. How is that not transparent? You're doing the job on your job description, so it comes out of a pay.
He's not the say next week, he's not the code enforcement.
Then
Then
that's why we said. we
Then
have
it's a whole nother deal.
Right. I mean, we, again, understand that this is probably specific to this particular case, this particular employee.
Mhm.
So if we change it to make it this way for him, we can change it back if the next person doesn't want to do both.
I get it. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't think it's right. I think it's taking one, I know you're combining one position, but who knows tomorrow? Who knows next month? If you
You
show
can
it.
play that game all day long.
I know, you can do the what ifs.
So I'll make it easy. I make a motion that under the selectmen recommendations for the town meeting warrant this year, we combine the code enforcement budget with the general government budget, moving the compensation into the deputy clerk line, as we have done on the job description draft.
Make a motion they vote on? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm making a motion
Okay,
for the warrant,
Okay,
that it be on the warrant that way.
I would second that, and I'd like to, you said just selectmen, I'm pretty sure the budget committee fixed theirs too as well. So I'd like it
Yeah,
to
back
reflect,
books, I don't know.
Your thoughts?
I'd like it to reflect what the budget committee and the selectmen say.
Andrew's,
If that's what the board decides, then it's the selectmen's meeting warrant. So we have the authority to make that change.
Any further discussion?
Andrew had a thought.
Oh, please.
The only thing that I was going to say is that if you wanted to know how much the town actually invests into what this code person entails, it's gonna be hard to determine that. If you don't have him tracking the hours or anything like that,
We don't have.
But he doesn't
tracking
track
hours
his
now.
hours now.
so.
As CEO, he doesn't track hours.
Yeah, it's a stipend.
Cause
Or
usually.
we've never, or let me rephrase that, I've never seen it broke out as hours. All I've ever seen on his time card is the CEO time.
Yeah.
There's no time attached to it, where with it being a stipend, there's no.
Yeah,
I guess the hard part that I see, besides what we talked about, is the only way he could do that is if somebody walked through the door and said, I want to speak to the CEO. Sorry, I can't talk to you until 4.
which is precisely, we
Yeah.
do not have CEO hours, so therefore it should be part of one
And that's why
thing.
we were saying, because he's doing it when he's in here anyways, it makes sense to combine the job description, combine the pay. And then he's doing one job. I mean, he's a deputy clerk with the CEO duties. He's not the only one. It's either, I can't remember, it's Livermore or Livermore Falls, but they do the same
I
thing.
think they have their own CEO.
No,
Their deputy is their,
there's one local
CEO.
town that has deputy and CEO combined.
yeah, it's either Livermore or Livermore Falls, because they gave it to me when we did the comparisons of salaries.
Yeah.
I'd have to go back in my emails and look, but there's another town locally that does that.
So I've seen employees have multi-departments, but then you would allocate the amount. So instead of doing the stipend, you would say, okay, this code job takes 10 hours per week. So every 40-hour paycheck, 30 hours would get allocated to admin, and then the other 10 would go to code, for example. So then it's very clear on what is what. So that would be my only suggestion, but.
So
So take, for example, somebody that is a town clerk that also does GA. If you account for budgeting in the GA budget to process the GA claims, and it takes them approximately 5 hours per week to deal with GA, then 35 hours would go to the town clerk line and 5 hours would go to GA budget, for example, is how I've seen it.
So the only number that has to be moved out of Article 24 is the salary, because the other numbers are already in there. Well, it's just a $4,000 in salary needs to move the deputy. Because the 250 and 500 are already in. Unless something changed that I
Already in
didn't
here.
notice. In mileage and
Right, I know, but they're already in
500.
where?
Which
Hang on
are,
a second, I'll tell you. I'm just double checking
Yes.
before I say it out loud.
Yes, you're right.
And it's in the spreadsheet, so I just want to make sure it made it in the.
Yeah, it's in training and mileage.
So they've been
No, those didn't get pulled. Because you've increased in the GA and GA, you said GA. The government, you put the mileage at 2250. And the training at 35.
Mhm.
I was just waiting to see what his thoughts were.
Yeah, so they're already in here. Yeah, it's just the salary that
Just-
needs to come forward. Yeah,
do
that's. I'm just double
you
checking.
have, I forget what you actually moved for at this point.
I made a motion that we combine in the warrant the code enforcement with general government. So there is no more Article 24.
So we.
Or the other option is to leave Article 24 and just pull all of the budget committee and selecting recommendations out of it. I don't know which is cleaner.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I guess what I'm saying, I think we need to be specific.
That's why I was asking which we prefer, and I can change my motion.
Yeah, I guess I prefer that the budget committee recommendation and the selectmen recommendation be consistent with what was recommended,
Mhm.
not this. And I can make that motion, but I think parliamentary procedurally, I think you have to.
Yep, no, so my only question is, do we completely remove Article 24 or do we leave Article 24 without the recommendations?
I'd like to see it removed. I think it's
Okay.
redundant.
Okay. So I make a motion that we remove Article 24 code enforcement, to follow with the selectmen and budget committee's recommendations of combining the CEO position with the deputy clerk position.
I would second that motion.
You beat me to it.
So, all those in favor? Next item agenda. Old business. Haven. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Not yet.
I'm sorry, bro. Go ahead. My apologies. I made you wait.
Are there any other items, dollar figures that anybody wants to look at? Possibility of reducing?
Oh, that's very.
Just thinking that this is our last chance to make adjustments on our recommendation lines before we actually are at town meeting. Granted, we can do it there, but
Mhm.
it's easier if there's anything we know of now that we want to do. It's easier to either go up or down now before we hit print. Again,
Do you still have in there, but because you wanted to increase your election line, Kathy, your worker line, or however I want to say that?
I guess we're right. Election worker line or election
Yes,
supply line,
no,
election worker line.
because you were talking something about doing something, you didn't say specifically what.
they've both been increased.
Yeah, they've both been increased a little bit, yeah.
Election
The hard part with
compensation went up
elections is,
200, the supplies went up 500.
yeah, the hard part with elections is knowing like how many people you're gonna end up with. I mean, clearly you have a couple people during the day, but if you're counting at night is what we don't know what we'll need. But yeah, I think those went up. I think those are fine. But thank you.
The one concern I have, Kathy, is the note on the budget request sheet that went to the budget committee was about
That's what I'm
additional
referring to.
gifts for election workers,
Yes, and I can do those.
which I'm not sure I really agree with. And they're getting paid already for their time,
We provide.
which we 100% appreciate, and they're getting their meals covered by the town. An additional gift for being a poll worker, I have a hard time as a taxpayer funding that.
Okay,
That's just me personally.
Ultimately, we didn't include that, though, I don't think.
no, it was just something that we talked about.
Oh, I thought
That's not included,
Yeah.
that's not included in the increase of the supply line. So what's the increase in the
Okay,
supply
then now I'm
line?
so confused.
We were talking
That's why I
about
was
increasing
confused.
that supply line, so we could put money aside to buy another ballot counter.
Oh. We never did get a number on that, did we?
Yep,
It was,
we gave you two options, one was to buy, because we're waiting on the state to confirm their contract with the ballot machine,
Mhm.
and it was, we were looking at, we could either buy it or we could rent it. And for this year, renting was cheaper,
right.
but eventually we would like to purchase a second machine.
And at some point, technically, we can create our own ballots and eliminate having to have counters.
Exactly.
How far away from that are we? Just for,
We've never rolled any money over, so
no, I meant ability wise.
what do you mean ability wise?
It's no big deal just to create something that can go through the counting machine and,
No, the state has to create, ES&S who creates the machines has to create the ballot.
You send the ballot to them,
Yeah.
they send you back a thumb drive, essentially is how it
Yeah.
works.
I thought you meant how close are we
No.
to getting the machine? I don't know. My thought on doing something small for the ballot counters is they sit here for 12 hours plus. And we weren't thinking anything out of huge, but candy, hand sanitizer, little basket, saying, just to say thank you.
uh,
I'm just bringing it up because a couple people that were at the budget meeting did make comments about it when then, after we got done, so I'm just sharing concerns. Especially because I'm a little concerned what our overall total is gonna be, so I'm just trying
Yeah.
to. I'm just trying to find a few places to look at as well.
so where am I looking? Okay.
The transfer station, did we talk about the bottom line numbers?
What do you mean?
What was allocated or approved and what was spent? And then next year.
Let me get there.
Oh, I do have one question. Why are we so far over on the software purchases line?
Trio. That new program for Trio.
Oh, we budgeted for that.
We did not budget enough.
Oh, Toledo.
Right.
Purchases software.
The numbers look right to me on transfer.
But, oh, yeah,
So we approved.
The current budget is 105, 450
Yeah, we've only spent
at
97.
97,000, and we've got 132,700 for next year's budget, both by us and the budget committee.
I mean, I cut a check today for 10,000 for the transfer station.
Okay, I'm just double checking.
did we
So-
get a metal check yet?
Yes,
Which was,
I'd have to go pull this up, I don't know off the top of my head.
And that went into the reserve, right?
That went into,
Solid waste reserve.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
White goods, but yes.
Are we anticipating our tipping fees going up?
I think that it's because of the the contract was half year, one and a half year the other.
Okay.
Yep, the Casella cost is more than what the
Yeah.
Archie's cost
I'm
was.
just trying to remember what all
Mhm.
these decisions were
No, it's,
as we go through this. We have a new Nickerson's line.
yes, because
I know,
they,
yep.
yeah,
I would also like to, I know it's not in here, but in the sewer department,
Mm-hmm.
create an internet line for Starlink.
Yeah, it needs to be there.
there needs to be a budget too, before we sit at town meeting. We need to have something in place for sewer, yes.
We have something,
There's something in the town
Printed.
report.
Yeah,
Okay, we just need to make sure it's in here,
in the warrant.
attached to it or
Yeah.
around it. Usually we have it.
Yeah, we just.
It's not being approved, but as
No,
long
we
as it's
just
in the
put it on the
report, then that's fine. As long as it's in the report,
Staple
that's fine.
There's the back page.
It's in the report, not
One or the
in the
other.
warrant.
Either way, no, it's not in the warrant.
Okay, yeah, so.
The last couple of years, it,
But not in the.
right. So as long as it's here or wherever the
Well,
hell,
it's gonna be-
this version, that's fine.
Okay,
I think if you add it to the warrant, it'll confuse people.
No, I'm fine with it being in there. I just wanted to make sure overall that we had it, that's all.
Yeah.
Just because
Where did it go?
it is.
we're gonna have those couple people that are gonna ask about it if it's not there. Just as long as we have it somewhere.
For you, because.
I can't find it.
No, I know.
There it is. No, he doesn't have it in there, does he?
For internet?
Oh, yeah, he does. He's got it.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, in the computer system.
Oh,
Sorry, I wasn't.
you didn't clarify.
That's not my note.
Okay.
So I would like.
Oh, he's gonna hit us again.
Yep, I am. I'm gonna do it to my cell phone. I'm gonna kick myself for it here short. After the meeting,
just
but
do it for
I'll
you?
get over anyways. I would like to. Reduce. Rec department. By
Where are you, article number?
Yeah.
article number 15, rec committee. Under the selectmen's recommendation. I'm gonna suggest that we reduce grounds maintenance. Back to 2,500.
From 3.
What's your thought?
I don't have one other than I'll figure it out. And I'm trying to find a place that we can reduce the numbers a little bit.
And everything else is pretty much fees.
Yeah, most of the rest of it is gonna be either the fees and that kind of stuff. For grounds maintenance, I can figure out a way to either. Try to get some volunteer work or a sponsor or something like that. We have a sponsorship program set up that we're getting ready to roll out that we're hoping might take on some of that.
I saw you had one.
We've got one, we've had another one donate time.
Nice.
Now we're also working on another project that I'm gonna bring up in another meeting.
Tell me what field work is, Brian.
Field work is where a lot of the paint comes out of,
So that's a.
the line painting and stuff, yeah.
And Nickerson's.
Yeah, and we're looking at the possibility of we may be having a new paint machine donated to us, a new used paint machine. That will be hopefully cheaper than the spray cans that we're using now, but that's contingent on the ball field having water, which
They just don't.
was painted, but we don't have water yet, so. I'm not sure where that's at, but. So I would just, I mean, it's only $500, but
And maybe a little bit else.
Right.
I guess. See,
and maybe it's not worth it, but I just,
No, I'd be okay with that if you're.
Yep.
Okay with that,
not my favorite idea, but.
I understand.
So you're reducing grounds and maintenance to 2,500.
Yes,
Sure.
on the selectmen's recommendations,
So that takes that bottom line to.
takes the bottom line to 16,725.
You know.
Yeah.
That's what Excel told me.
I was subtracting 2,500. Never mind.
That didn't work well.
No.
I can't lose that much.
Oh,
Judge and enforcement, we can't do anything about.
Nah, I question if we're late there.
it goes against my better judgment. And I don't even really wanna say it.
But she's gonna,
Should we take some money out of legal?
I already marked that one as a questionable. But I don't know if we're,
I guess I'm a little worried because we went over this year.
well, and yeah, I marked it. My concern is.
yeah.
Is any of this discussion on development for and
Yeah,
transfer
yeah.
of land in and out? We're gonna need some stuff in writing that
And
a
supposedly a
legal
comp
person
plan.
checks.
Peter
Yeah,
check.
comp plan's gonna need
Not only
reviewed.
that, but all the stuff
We
we
have
had to delay
ordinances.
Right.
because.
Yeah,
We've got 4 ordinances
Okay.
sitting and.
yeah, I don't,
Okay,
I don't,
sorry.
Think-
Like I said, I marked it as one of, as with an X as one to go back to, but I'm not sure we can.
I
I think we're even higher than what we are in this line because I believe we paid
And the
Legal
attorney would
or-
like to talk to you
water district.
in regards to the water district. Please,
Okay, do you?
he reached out to me, but I was gonna forward that contact on
You
you.
can go ahead. and forward that to me. I'll take care of it. I'm in town till tomorrow at noon.
yeah,
So
it hasn't been dead in the water.
there's progress, I shouldn't say progress, there's movement.
Okay.
The water's flowing. I should say flowing if it's the water
Okay.
district, right?
Hmm,
I don't know, if you can share your request.
Do we still think we need to bump quite as high as we did on the fuel lines?
I don't know, it hasn't come down.
I wouldn't change
Okay,
I
it,
just think it's going up.
yeah. I'd love to say, no, we could
I
cut
know.
we could cut the 10 or 15 grand out, but
There's a settlement right on the doorstep.
Okay, moving along,
Groceries haven't gone down yet, though.
moving
Yeah,
along. Article 27. Debt services. Why are we,
I have a
and I'm
question on
asking because
that,
I don't
too.
remember, why are we increasing the Staples Hill project? I truly.
I
don't
was
know.
curious about that too.
oh,
How come our Staples Hill project payment went from 20,000 to 36? Any ideas?
Let me get back to you on that.
And also, why would the road bond drop?
Did they change by equal amounts? It kind
No.
of looked like they might have
They know enough.
the increase versus the decrease. No,
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 16 versus 12, basically.
yeah.
I can double check the amortization schedules on those and get those over to you tomorrow.
And is there a reason we haven't paid the payment on the excavator yet this year?
We paid.
We have 0 on the expended list for that. I'm assuming we must have made a payment. I hope we paid.
Yeah, I know, we paid the first. We paid the first payment when we took the loan. But we took that from. Oh my gosh. Did we take that from a reserve?
That might be. Well, I will wonder if.
But it's still. We probably did, but I wonder. I'm trying to figure out if we should still list that as expended out of that account.
That's what I think we took.
Because then, even if it came out of a reserve account, we still expended we still made a payment for it in 25, 26.
Yeah. I think we took.
I don't have my sheet, it's.
I don't either.
I
It
left
was a
my,
year ago.
oh no, I did bring it in.
Okay, I'm gonna be a real pain now that we're talking reserves.
We're
Is
not in
there-
reserve yet.
Somewhere.
We're not in reserves yet.
Like, wait a minute, we're not
You just-
there yet.
So therefore I'm talking about.
Okay, everyone.
It's Article 44.
Oh, wait a minute, I thought you said reserves.
I think she did.
I did.
47?
44.
Oh. Oh, yeah, sorry. Sorry.
Can we somewhere, even if it's a footnote on the bottom, have the current balance
Yes,
of these accounts? And
if not, we're gonna need a
Spreadsheet.
attachment
Yeah.
sheet, because that's the question that they always ask.
yeah, I've written it on the board previously, but
Yep.
it would be neater if it was,
Yeah,
even if it's, like I said, even if it's just a footnote, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, if we just add in balance as of whatever
Right.
date.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'm still looking for areas to cut, like,
You know, we could actually use the one that
We put
you had
together.
given me for the budget meeting,
That's
yeah,
what I was thinking.
yeah,
okay.
yeah, we could just use that one.
I'll just double check that nothing else has been spent since I created that, just so that way it's.
Yeah. The only thing that would be different would be the sewer.
Yeah.
Is that we took the,
Build the trust.
yep,
Were the repairs coming out of the reserve as well?
no,
I didn't
no,
think
the
so.
motion was to take
Right, I
the truck
just
out
wanted
and
to
the
make sure.
repairs out of regular budget.
Kathy, we already mentioned commas, but I'll just point out in Article 32, there's some comma issues.
You guys are bouncing, hang on.
I can talk.
Yep, 32.
I can talk slower though.
No,
I'm
it's-
trying not to fast.
That's why I printed it on one side of the page.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Article 28,
Yeah,
veteran flag holders.
It's squishy.
Can we keep, well, I wasn't thinking that, I was thinking, can we keep the same format for where there's no numbers? Like you have a blank for the first line for 25, 26 approved, but for budget committee, you've got the. Like that, yeah, you've got the blank dollar sign.
I think we're just gonna take out the 0 in that column.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay either way, I just wanna make sure we're.
Yep.
Cause like I say, one, we've got a empty, and then we've got,
Wait a minute, are those out in the wrong place? Those two numbers?
I don't know.
We didn't buy any flag holders, so shouldn't that 487 be up in the cemetery flags?
Department is,
that it came out of that line, but I will double check that.
It should, because we haven't bought any flag holders, but we have bought flags, so
Right,
I believe those need to be flip flopped.
yeah, we might have to do a trio fix on that.
So do we not need the veterans flag holder line at all?
We might eventually.
Yeah, it's just easier to leave
That's
it.
fine. That's-
well, but if it's blank for all those columns, it could come out of the warrant, though. If. Town, not buildings, keep going.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, veterans holders, we haven't used that line since 23, 24.
Yeah,
So I would pull it right out.
Some of them are pretty brittle.
yeah,
Just, and I'm not saying taking it out of trio,
No.
just take it out of the
Take it out of the way.
spreadsheet, that way it's not. It saves us a line.
Also in Article 28, mowing
How'd
TO
we get-
lots.
town owned.
Town
How'd
owned,
we get 4100?
Yeah, I'd give 4,100
because
expenses.
he charged, he went up.
It was a contract.
It's a
though,
contract, he can't go up.
I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, last year was the
I'd have
last
to go forward,
year.
but I'm pretty
of
sure
the-
there was a contract that said he got
Exactly.
X amount per.
It was a 3-year contract.
I'll double check, but that's what we spent, I checked that line. We'll check that line, yeah.
To answer your question directly, Brian, I don't think so.
What?
Sorry.
That's what I was afraid of.
Oh, I do have a question, actually. Article 44, sewer department reserve.
Yeah, that's, we know.
Did we already talk about that?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. Any other comments, thoughts, questions?
Yeah, it's too much money.
Oh,
I agree.
or no?
Yeah, I don't know.
Brian, do you have, go ahead.
Well, no, it's not a warrant question. So that one, the 1,000 that didn't get spent for scholarship is being rolled.
That,
has to
Thank you.
be voted on
that has to be
after,
voted by the board
Yeah, no, we did. I'm pretty sure we voted on,
every year,
but
unless there's a vote to make it happen all the time. But I believe the vote that we took the last time was not a recurring thing, it was for that 1 year.
I thought we did.
I thought it was for recurring,
I did too.
Okay,
because you've got a list this year of different ones that we wanna vote on to make recurring moving forward, but I thought that was too.
the only thing that. The one thing that bothers me about that with some expense lines is. When you do that, you're chewing away at your undesignated fund options. If you have it, even if it's only $1,000, say for the scholarship. There's $1,000 to go towards your surplus fund. To help
I'm
fund
gonna
things.
throw the word out, transparency.
And that's being transparent though, Carol.
No,
Is
I know what you're saying.
everybody knows if there's money left at the end of the year. It would go towards the undesignated fund, which would help you plan ahead for projects like capital improvements or road
Okay, I don't
work
understand that
or
argument.
things like that, whereas every time,
Bringing down the tax burden.
well, every time we're sitting here looking at this saying, I mean, hell, I cut $500. If I'm gonna cut $500 out of an account, but we're not gonna send $1,000 that's left in a line to the undesignated fund, I'll put my $500 back in. It's a double-sided thing. I mean, at some point,
No, I know what you're saying, I just,
if we're gonna let some accounts roll and some expense lines roll, but we're not gonna let them all do it.
But for some of those, like we were talking about. The election machine, the voting machine. Isn't that a way to save? Well, I see both sides because, I mean, you can save money by doing that, but. Yes, it's coming out of the undesignated fund.
You're getting paid either way. Taxpayers would be putting the money in either way.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
I mean, the tax money's gonna come out of your pocket one way or the other. It's either coming out for the initial payment,
Or, yeah.
or you're gonna take it next year anyways.
But I also see Carol's, I can see her thought on the scholarship is giving back to the kids in the town. And if we can give a little more,
I don't think
Yeah.
this conversation is really relevant to this very warrant. And I'd like to go home eventually, so I'm wondering if we can table the discussion of rolling over the scholarship till our next meeting. I'm sorry, I know it's an important discussion, but I think we need to get this done. Is that okay with you?
This is my last meeting, so I'm okay with that.
you're gonna be a town meeting, right?
yes, he is.
Depending on what happens that night, yes.
Okay.
Before I forget to ask you, do you have this 1, 2, 3, or 14, all of them, 14 on in Excel, or are they only in Word?
Me?
You or, I know
I
Brian
have
has
them
it.
as
I'm
well.
all here.
Okay. Can somebody give me the Excel before the town meeting? Thank you. That was it. Anything else on the warrant?
No, but
So our current plan is you're gonna edit it tomorrow morning, email it to us. And be very explicit about when it needs to be signed. When did you say it needed to be signed?
Monday.
Yeah, Monday. I would like to have it available for
Okay.
yeah, Monday, because if we send the town report out Tuesday, that has to be with it, so.
Okay.
And I can leave it, if it is complete, which my goal is, I'm gonna end up coming in early. it'll be next to the postage meter. So,
Okay.
if someone's here on the weekend.
So I make a motion to approve the warrant with the corrections that we discussed this evening. To go forward for town meeting.
Second,
All those in favor? Excellent.
now before I forget, Kathy, are you ordering the Citizen of the Year plaque or am I? I've done it the last few times from the same place, so.
So Citizen of the Year is Dave. That was decided a
Yeah,
while
I
ago
didn't-
that I was told.
I didn't know it was public.
That's why I was not said with anything.
Thing.
Moving along,
On to the next topic.
so Carol or Cindy,
No,
Carol or Cindy,
We have not ordered the plaque.
I will do
We
it.
have the.
okay,
Yeah, I will.
Thank you,
That's all
sorry.
I needed to know.
okay. Other business,
I have nothing.
I have a request. That we start talking about funding the paving in town and would like to put it on our next meeting's agenda. If anybody would like to talk about it tonight, happy to, but I think
How we're going to fund it, you mean?
how we're gonna fund it, how we're gonna pay for it, what our schedule is gonna be, I think it's outside the scope of what we can accomplish tonight. And I just wanted to.
Yeah.
Keep it on everybody's mind, and the best way for me to do that is to keep it on the agenda.
Okay.
Sorry.
No worries.
The other question I had is, do we have carryover figures that we can share with Andy?
Oh,
Carry forward figures, is that what you're
Yes.
It
asking?
won't be till after June 30.
yeah, who couldn't, yeah.
Okay, but we put it off this whole year. And I'd really like to give him some numbers if we can. Even if it's after June 30th.
Yeah, so like for the last year carry forward numbers, that ship kind of already sailed.
Right. Understood.
But this year's, if there is any money left, would be after, usually the second week of July or something like that.
Because if anything is still getting, or.
As included.
It's-
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
has already been.
Yeah, so usually it's around the first meeting in August that if everything was perfect on timing, we'd look at making carryovers the first meeting in August.
That's usually where I'm on track, because,
Okay.
you still get, July bills that are paid out of last year.
Okay, no, I wasn't asking immediately, it was more just,
A time.
She long term.
Yes.
let's get this moving forward. Any other business?
Yes. In your packets, I spoke to legal services in regards to the vacant selectman seat.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is a selectman's position, we do not have to wait the 100 days like we would normally have to wait for nomination papers. The whole typical getting signature thing. We can actually have it down to a shortened amount, as short as 24 days. And I wrote down, what Trey sent me. And they do that specifically because they don't want towns to be without a selectman for 3.5 months.
Mm-hmm.
So what we would need to do is call a special election. We could do 10 days for nomination papers, which would be 14 days before an election if we wanted to do the full 24 days, or we could do 30 days or, and then as far as polls, we have to be at least open for 4 consecutive hours, but we do not have to do the full 12 hours. So just something to toss around so we can think about when we want to do an election or how you want to proceed with the vacant seat.
With, I guess it was a board of 3. My thought would be if there's a vacancy, you really can't move forward without
Mm-hmm.
your third person. As a board of 5, as long as you still have a board of 4, you can still do business temporarily. So is it better to roll and just not host a special election and just roll it in November when there's already an election scheduled.
I'm fine with waiting until November, I mean. I don't know. What's your thoughts, Chris?
I think the timing was unfortunate that we couldn't get it in time for this
Yeah.
election.
I was hoping we could do like some other towns doing, just doing a town meeting, but we can't.
No. I guess. I can see a lot of reason for waiting to November. 'Cause like everybody else, hate having another meeting, another vote, and
And it sounds like we may have another meeting before then anyways.
Yeah,
Or at least that's what it sounded like from what Diane was saying, that maybe there'd be a meeting before that for the comp plan.
a town meeting.
Open town
That-
meeting, right?
like a
Right.
public hearing.
Right, but I'm just
A
saying,
hearing and a town meeting are two.
no, I'm just saying, because you said town meeting,
Okay,
you mentioned
Yeah.
meeting, so.
I guess I'm thinking November makes a lot of sense. I think we can get by till then. And I don't wanna rush it either. I wanna give people an opportunity to. So I'm reasoning and thinking at the same time. So I'm okay with November.
Okay, in November, so would you like to make it a shortened period in November, or do you wanna do the full 100 days like we have to for June? The board has that opportunity to make that decision. You can make it longer than 24 or 30 days as well, but
As far as the nomination,
yeah,
What I would suggest is you email this to us so we can read it and digest it. I haven't honestly read it while I'm just sitting here.
oh, okay,
If you could just email it so we can read it and digest it and make that decision at our next meeting. I know I've said that about 10 times tonight, but I just am having a tough, I'm overwhelmed with numbers and decimal points and commas.
yeah, I can do that.
Thank you.
Two
Just
other
positions.
things, if you don't mind, Andy said that the picnic tables. He has moved 2 picnic tables to the ball field.
Mhm.
And there's 2 at the park, they are relatively usable. They've tried to. Fix them as best they can with what they have, but they are, moving forward, they're really not repairable, the metal is starting to rot.
Okay.
So we just wanted the board to be aware of that going forward, but right now there are 2 at the ball field and 2 left at the park. And I've had a couple of residents ask if the town is doing anything for the 250th celebration.
Historical Society is working on something.
As far as I know, the town itself, you know, in terms of the events or rec committee, we're not planning on anything. Speaking of that, you know, mind, I'll wait until we get there. Getting ahead of myself again.
Kathy, any other business, any other business?
I have a time off request sheet, please, son.
I'm sorry, what?
The time off request sheet for my doctor, for my doctor's.
I just didn't hear the words.
No, I think that's it. We are crazy with election and stuff. So
Can you remove the line off the?
it's removed moving forward.
Thank you.
Yeah, there should be a couple without his name on it.
Okay. Yeah, I guess the
Yeah.
first one was.
Yeah.
Sorry.
We realized it after we printed it.
I have a request, since I have you both here anyways. For me, it will be very helpful moving forward when we're looking at payroll warrants and accounts payable warrants to know how much money is left in the categories we're paying out of. Is this an outrageous request? I'm asking, I don't know if that's an outrageous request.
So I can actually print off this monthly report for you guys, and then this will give the percentages, so if you check. Say admin compensation, then it will tell you what is still available out of that bucket, so.
So that would be before the money was removed. Here's this report and this is the money we're gonna take out.
If the warrants are posted, then they actually would be reflected in these reports,
I guess we just have to know one way or the other so that we can interpret it.
definitely.
Thank you, I appreciate that, because I feel like I've been flying blind lately. More ways. than one. Okay, Any other business? With that, approval of the warrants, the accounts payable warrant number 95, $159,345.15. The payroll warrants, I'm sorry, number 96, $12,081.42. The payroll warrants, 5417, $5,417.24, and number 24, number 94, $5,113.40.
Motion to approve as read.
You still looking?
I am, hang on one second.
Okay.
Motion on pause. Did I miss something?
No, I just hadn't looked at this one yet, so. Second.
Second?
Yeah.
All those in favor? Okay, sorry, I'm getting a little punchy. Public comment, committee reports,
I got one.
go.
Alright, so, the rec committee, baseball has been going very well. We've had a lot of games going on. Rain has hit us a couple times. It's caused a little bit of an issue this week with some things. Playoffs start the end of next week.
That just seems fast.
Yeah, it does. But playoffs start the end of next week. Our last regular season game for our older kids is supposed to be on Monday. Might have to get bumped depending on if they can get their makeup game in this weekend or not, but, so hopefully end of next week will be, start of playoffs for them. We posted last night or this morning about, all-star tryouts. All-star tryouts for 10 or 12U is this weekend, hoping that 10U either is this weekend or sometime during next week. So that the all-star teams can get formed. The all-star tournament is gonna be the weekend of June 19th. Yes, the weekend of June 19th. And it's gonna be housed or located down at the Bretton's Field, down off of 108.
Got the one right by Sitting Bull.
Yes, yep, AYS is hosting it down there this year. Trying to get it back for us to host next year, hopefully, we'll see.
So that's the all-star tournament?
Yes, yep. So I believe it looks like we have enough player interest to have both a 10U and a 12U team. There's a possibility that maybe we could have two, but waiting to see on that. Our Babe Ruth team started games this week, sorry. They started Monday night. Had a pretty tough game Monday. They're in a very competitive league, so they're gonna have a tough road ahead, but they're trying hard. Snack Shack has been going really well. We've made a good amount of money, which is good because we're spending a lot. So, we do have a sponsorship campaign that we're gonna kick off here within the next week to 2 weeks, hopefully. So there'll be a letter going out, and posted online about some sponsorship opportunities for, the end of this year and then also being next spring. So it'll be a FY 27 campaign, but, and we have enough interest in teams this year or the past few years this year and looking at going forward down through our numbers all the way down through T-ball that we're bringing back the discussion that was started a couple years ago about adding another field. So there's a few of us starting a group to look at the cost and how that can be funded, location, et cetera. Looking at the possibility of, maybe using the town lot. There's a couple different options, either looking at using the town lot next to the school and having it housed there. The other part of the conversation that we're looking at is, do we look at housing it on the same side in the town-owned lot right next to the field? So just taking that and extending it towards what used to be a pasture. looking at extending the field out that way and doing another ball diamond and or a soccer field combination on that side. Um, going forward, I don't know, we'll see, there's some initial talks about it. The last time we had most of the stuff donated, I don't know if we can get that done again, we're gonna try. And see what we can come up with. It looks like there's some interest in a soccer program this summer, possibly a soccer camp or something maybe. I'm not sure if it's day camp, 1 day, 2 day, week long, I'm not sure. Andrew reached out to me yesterday about it, so they're starting to look into some of that once we finish baseball. The other update I have, and ask if you could take it off the sign, you can take the movie night off the sign for the 13th. We might be repurposing that for a different event.
Repurposing.
Instead of doing a movie night, doing a different event instead, but the same day, same time.
Okay.
The reason I say that is because I was talking with Jason Lee, who is gonna do some entertainment before the movie. And he brought up a good point, and after looking it up and talking about it some more, looking at the sunset time
Mhm.
for June, it's gonna be a very, very late movie.
Okay, so
Like probably a movie start time wouldn't be the 8-ish that we usually start, we'd be looking at like 9:30 start time.
so at this point, we're not having a movie in June?
I don't know that for sure yet. I will know before the weekend is over.
Okay,
So if it's gonna be repurposed into a different event, I will know for sure before the weekend's out, and we will definitely post that.
okay,
But I would just say pull movie night off the sign for the moment, just until we get it.
Yeah.
For sure. But we will have, whether it's a movie night or something else, Jason Lee is going to be there singing, so. We will have music,
there'll be something.
just
on
not
the-
sure if it's going to be a movie night or something else.
So there'll be something on the 3rd.
Yeah, there's going to be something still on the 13th, we're just. A few of us are trying to paintball ideas, figure out what we can pull together the quickest. That might not be a movie night that'll last until 11 or 11:30 at night. That's all I have.
Okay. Any other committee reports?
Don't believe he'll come in other ones.
Okay. With that said, do we have a motion to go?
Motion to adjourn?
No.
In executive
Thank
session
you. So-
for MSRA Black League B, because I don't know them off the.
4056. 16. I was say, what? That's a new one, I haven't heard that one before. Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Mhm. All right, who did it? There it is.
All right, I gotta get organized here, I gotta.
I know.
know.
I was doing the same thing.
Just the shuffle. Is everything off? No.
Hold on.